Have you ever seen a rapper take on a future mayor in a battle over taxes, power, and the soul of a city? That's exactly what's playing out right now. When 50 Cent spoke up and Zohran Mamdani fired back, things suddenly changed in New York City. Let's dive into how this unexpected feud erupted, what it reveals about money, politics, and culture, and why you should care, even if you're not from NYC. It all starts with who Zohran Mamdani is. A young progressive rising fast, Mamdani made waves when he ran for mayor of New York City under a bold banner, raising taxes on the richest to pay for free buses, rent freezes, and a city rebuilt for working people. But when he name-dropped 50 Cent on a podcast, he touched a nerve. He said something like, "I know if 50 Cent is listening, he's not going to be happy about this." That comment? It lit the fuse. Then there's 50 Cent, born Curtis Jackson, a Queens native turned global superstar turned businessman. He's built a fortune, relocated to Texas, and publicly warned that politics like Mamdani's could change everything for the city he once called home. So when his name came up in that interview, he responded with outrage and memes. What kicked things off was Mamdani's economic plan. He wants to raise $10 billion for New York by hiking corporate tax rates to match New Jersey and adding a flat 2% tax on income for those earning more than $1 million a year. He said the top 1% should pay more, and yes, he mentioned 50 Cent specifically. "I know if 50 Cent is listening, he's not going to be happy about this," he said. 50 Cent didn't just ignore it. He fired back on Instagram. "Where did he come from? Whose friend is this? I'm not feeling this plan. No. I will give him $258,750 and a first-class one-way ticket away from NY. I'm telling Trump what he said too," he wrote. The figure $258,750 is a very pointed reference, and that was just part one of the drama. 50 Cent then posted an AI-generated RIP New York tombstone image and even mocked the idea of defunding the police, claiming the city would become a purge-style free-for-all if law enforcement budgets were slashed. On the other side, Mamdani wasn't shaken. He appeared on MSNBC and addressed 50 Cent directly, calmly saying something along the lines of, "Even though we have an argument on tax policy, every time I get a death threat, I still listen to many men." Yes, a 50 Cent reference. He didn't go on the attack. He simply dug in. Now, why does this matter so much? Because it touches three big themes: money, culture, and the future of cities. First, the money. Mamdani's target is the ultra-rich. He's saying New York can't keep funding its infrastructure, transit, housing crisis unless the people at the top pay more. Meanwhile, 50 Cent represents someone who is at the top. So this becomes more than a feisty Instagram post. It's a clash over tax fairness. Second, culture and celebrity influence. 50 Cent chose to use memes, dramatic posts, social media jabs. It's partly showmanship, yes, but it's also real political expression. When a rapper with global reach says you're killing New York, a lot of people sit up and listen. And Mamdani? He tried to absorb the blow, keep it steady, and send the message. Change is coming. The culture war is very real here. Third, what this means for cities. If New York moves toward aggressive redistribution, higher taxes on top earners, and bold public services, other big cities might follow. If a celebrity mogul says, "This plan will destroy the city," you're forced to pay attention to who this city serves, the ultra-wealthy or everyone else. It's not just entertainment, it's policy with stakes. Let's walk through how the narrative unfolded, section by section, because there are twists you might have missed. At first, Mamdani shows up on The Breakfast Club podcast and lays out his vision. He talks about raising corporate taxes and a 2% hike for those making over $1 million. He doesn't just drop numbers. He calls it Trump-proofing New York City. That phrase stuck. Then he drops that line, "I know if 50 Cent is listening." That was the spark. Then came 50 Cent's reaction. He posts the clip. He offers Mamdani hundreds of thousands of dollars and a first-class one-way ticket out of the city. The offer is absurd, and that's why it went viral. It reads like, "I'd rather pay you to go than let you run this plan." That blew up in the media. But there's a deeper angle. 50 Cent also used the defunding police argument. He mocked the idea that Mamdani might support reducing police budgets, saying the city could become chaotic, like a movie. He said something like, "New York turns into Gotham City if you defund the police." Trust me on this one, that's not a good idea, buddy. That brought safety and fear into the debate. Mamdani responded, but not with clapping back. He showed steadiness. He said, "Yes, Tax changes may hit some people, but the goal is to raise lifelines for others. He referenced 50 Cent's own song when he said that even if things get tough, he still likes listening to Many Men. It was a clever way to defuse and refocus. Meanwhile, the political establishment started chiming in. Eric Adams, the outgoing mayor, backed 50 Cent and mocked Mamdani's proposals as fantasillant, saying rent is optional, vibes are currency. When a major political figure echoes a rapper's Instagram clapback, that tells you this story has reached another level. So what are the underside issues no one's talking about enough? Let's unpack 3 of them. First, the migration of money and talent. Mamdani claims the rich aren't leaving as much as people think, but 50 Cent and others are publicly moaning about tax hikes. The message: wealthy individuals have mobility and leverage. If you make the city hostile to them, you risk driving them out. The counter message: if you keep catering to only the wealthy, cities become playgrounds for money instead of homes for people. The tension is real. Second, the perception of cultural ownership. 50 Cent says, "I'm from Queens, I built this." Mamdani represents change, generational shift, demographics of real New York. When the new mayor is a South Asian Muslim progressive rising up, and the rapper is a black icon from Queens complaining about the plan, there's more than policy at play. It's identity, roots, legacy. Third, the role of spectacle in politics. 50 Cent's posts were meant to be viral. They were comedic, exaggerated, dramatic, but they forced attention on Mamdani's policies. Mamdani's challenge is to turn media attention into governing reality. If this feud is just clickbait, great. But if it becomes a turning point, then both men are playing bigger games. As we approach the climax, Mamdani wins the mayoral race. The upset is historic, and 50 Cent's comments don't disappear, they amplify. He posts that NYC is over, pack it up after Lil post-victory. That puts the plot into full motion. And here's where the question for you as a viewer matters. What happens next? Will Mamdani deliver on his bold agenda? Will high earners push back, leave, or reshape the city? Will 50 Cent's warnings become prophecy, or will they just fade as media noise? Because this isn't just a celebrity feud. It's urban economics, social change, cultural identity packaged in viral posts, and public policy. So to wrap up, we started with a rapper offering a mayor-elect money to leave the city. We traced a story about who holds power in New York, who pays for the city, and who decides the rules. 50 Cent, star, businessman, no stranger to controversy. Zohran Mamdani, insurgent politician, progressive, openly calling out the super rich. Their collision isn't random, it's symptomatic. Here's something to leave you thinking. If your city raised taxes on the richest and offered free transit to everyone else, would you support it? What if the one making the rules is challenging someone you admire? And what if someone you admire is saying the rules will destroy everything? The feud between 50 Cent and Zohran Mamdani isn't about insults. It's a spotlight on who wins and who loses when a city tries to reinvent itself. So the next time you scroll an Instagram post, watch a political clip, or read a headline about tax the rich, know there's more at stake than sound bites. This is about the future of a city, and maybe yours too. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, drop a comment with what you think will happen next in NYC. Will the rich flee, or will the city reshape for good? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos where culture, money, and power collide.